All right, we're back, ladies and gentlemen. Nerds in the Gym podcast. I'm
And I'm
Brandon.
Marco, and today is June 28th, 2021.
Sorry for missing last week. Marco had Father's Day plans.
Yep, Father's Day plans. That's exactly what happened.
I hope it was worth it, Marco.
I spent
For all of our fans.
about an hour at my grandparents' house. My grandfather was like sleeping 90% of the time. And then
Respect.
my dad was there for about 30 minutes that I was there.
Don't you look forward to that part of your life where you can just sleep whenever and wherever you want?
I kind of
socially
do
acceptable. Like if you were asleep at that party, people would be like, "Oh, what's wrong with Marco?"
Yeah, that is true. No, they would just think, "Oh, he needs his sleep." Marco always talks about how much sleep he needs, right?
I don't know. I'm kind of worried that you're already at this part of your life that's socially acceptable.
It's fine. Hey, it's just called being healthy. We need sleep.
I think what you do is hibernation.
Yeah, I do hibernate, especially in the winter.
All right, Marco. You got some topics for us? How do you want to start this bad boy?
Well, we almost didn't start because I forgot to mention key piece of information that Joe wasn't here.
Yeah, we had a little bit of false hope there.
Which a couple weeks ago we were moving a chicken coop that Joe was taking, and
so sorry, you didn't set up the story at all. So it's you and Joe.
Well, so there's supposed to be 4 of us. So
okay,
this comes into play.
So it's a large chicken coop.
Oh yeah, it's pretty large. So Joe, Stefan, Lou, and I are supposed to be moving this chicken coop. Joe is meeting me at Stefan's house, and Lou was at Stefan's house, and all 3 of us were supposed to carpool to Stefan's old house to pick up the chicken coop. I never told Joe that Lou was at Stefan's new house. So we get to Stefan's house, and it's just Joe and I, and Stefan's already there at his old house, and they were looking for Lou, and I was like, oh, Lou is at Stefan's new house, which is where we just were, but I never mentioned to tell Joe that he was there. So we went probably about 30, 45 minutes without doing any work because we were waiting for Lou to show up.
And you had the answer.
I had the answer the whole time.
Marco, have you told this story since?
No, normally Joe tells the story.
Oh yeah?
Yeah.
Did he?
Ah! Ah!
Greetings, friends and podcast listeners. If you ever want to see Marco again, you'll send 0.7 bitcoins to Southeast to a gym in Pittsfield. Thank you. Goodbye.
Ridiculous.
Well, that was weird.
Did you guys plan that?
Yes.
Okay. Well, I saw him coming up behind you, and I was like, oh, someone's coming up behind you. And then I was like, wait a minute. Let's see how this plays out.
Hey guys, sorry I'm late. Anything weird happen?
Marco got pseudo-kidnapped.
Cool.
You know.
I'm going to go upstairs so there's no feedback on his mic.
Yeah, so weird you didn't see the assailant.
It's almost like it was from his own home.
Well, right now it looks like you're at one of those HGTV shows. All right, gonna go see what's in the living room here. We're gonna have to knock out this wall.
Yeah, we're taking out this wall here. We're just gonna scrap it. And as we walk through here,
is there anything we can save, Joe? Can we save that painting? Maybe refurbish it?
The media room. Yeah, we're gonna clean up that painting, refurbish it. Let's go into this room here.
The podcast audience is hating this.
Very visual. What's going on, you
Oh,
guys?
nothing much.
Not too much.
Long time no see.
Marco just told us that really good Lou story about how you guys were moving a chicken coop and he wasn't there.
I know that Joe is probably
Well-
suffering listening to me try to explain the story.
Oh,
The
was he
problem
here?
is that Lou was there, and Marco failed to tell anybody. Lou was working back behind the house, and he told Marco specifically, "Let me know before you leave. I'm riding with you." And then I come up, and Marco is like, "Oh, aw." I'm like, "Marco, you ready to go?" And he's like, "Yeah, let's go." And just says nothing about Lou needing a ride. So we just left him there, and then I get a text from Lou like an hour and a half later, and he's like, "Guys, where are you?" As Lou would say, it was humorous.
Ha.
We've been getting mad at him for not laughing and just saying that things are funny.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that's funny.
I can see that.
So, other than chicken coop moving, what's been going on? How are you doing, Brandon?
Things are good. Finished up the internship, so I'll be back at the gym soon.
Oh, nice. Awesome.
Got a big boy job, so I'll be working days.
Oh.
Really? What kind of job are you doing?
IT support.
That's awesome. Congratulations. That's so cool. What kind of plans do you have for quitting in a glorious fashion at the hospital?
I did do my 2 weeks notice, but
Okay,
I'm trying to stay per diem, so it's not.
Okay, so you
I
didn't
thought
blow
of that ridiculous letter. Remember when you had to give up your position like a year and a half after
I
you
wasn't
stopped
there.
working there? And you wrote
I
Kevin
really-
that like 3-page
Really
paper?
heartfelt. I thought that he'd at least find it a little bit funny. He didn't say anything about it ever. He probably didn't even read it.
I was thinking about one of those.
Yeah, you should do that.
I also, because it's weird, so I'm still doing BMC for the next couple of weeks,
Yeah, yeah.
and then I'm starting part time at the new job.
Trying not to get a glare here.
A little bit of a crazy schedule for the next
But
couple
then
of
you'll
weeks.
go full time with the new
Yeah, I'll
job?
go full time there and then on call.
Right. What
Kind
is
of
it? 8 to 4, 7 to 3. What are your hours?
8 to 4.
Oh, nice. That's a good spot.
Not bad. Not bad.
Sounds like a good old 6:30 a.m. class is good.
That's the one I'm looking at.
Yeah, yeah. There's a lot of people trying to get in there, so make sure that you sign up early.
Oh, really?
Yeah, oh yeah. Adam, Stefan,
Adam's girlfriend.
Adam's girlfriend, Adam's trophy, Adam's new golf trophy. We give it a
Oh,
spot. Yep. So I heard you saw the big gay owl this weekend or last weekend.
I did. I did.
How was it?
It was enjoyable. So tickets were $30 each. So it's a reasonable show.
I owe you money for that, by the way.
You don't have to. Don't worry about it.
I do have to, Brandon.
You don't.
I do have to.
No, don't. He's a very tiny man. I don't know how else to say it.
I imagine that.
I thought it was just him standing next to Shab all these years, but nope. He's a.
Did you imagine that he'd like jump into the audience and you'd get to put your hands up and hold?
I
His
could
hand
have easily touched
and
him
then
because
spin around?
this Albany Funny Bone. It's a really nice spot,
Yeah.
but there's no I don't think there's a backstage area.
Oh,
So
yeah.
the comic when he was getting introduced would just stand next to our table.
That's hilarious.
So he was literally just standing there throwing shadow boxing while they
Wait,
were like,
Callan was shadow boxing?
Callan was, yeah.
That's so funny. I love that so much.
It was very odd because it's just like, you know him from Fighter and the Kid from the Goldberg, and he's doing this and he's just shadow boxing like 5 feet away.
I love
And
that.
I was like, if I really wanted to tackle him right now, no one could stop me.
Yeah, go after him.
And I just found it very odd. There's no security. There's just a very stern warning not to heckle.
Yeah. Well, he
I don't
probably
know
gets heckled all the time. It's probably
Do
like
they-
nice heckling, but still incredibly disruptive to the show.
You've been canceled.
Yeah, I'm glad that whole thing went away.
Yeah. I don't know how to say it. Like he was just working on material. And now that you kind of know that's what they do,
Right.
it's kind of easy to spot. So
Yeah.
I told you in text there, he's just like at one point he's like, I don't have an ending to this joke yet.
It's hilarious.
I'm thinking about going a couple different ways. This is one of them.
I love how he owned that.
I got to Google it. Dove Dirnoff? Is that his name?
Dove, I can't remember.
I always have to look it up before I say it. Hold on.
Dov Davidoff?
I have no idea who you
It's
guys are talking about.
Wookie.
He's a comedian.
Oh. Yeah, I saw that.
Dove David off.
Yeah, okay, Dov Davidoff.
Hilarious. He was the opener. Killed it.
How long did he do? Like 15?
45.
He did 45 as an opener?
Yeah.
That's awesome. That's great.
So it was just the two of them, and then they had like a local guy emceeing.
Right.
So he did 10 minutes
He
at
did
the
like a
beginning.
few minutes. Okay, yeah.
I just don't understand how you MC two DJs or comedians.
That's what they did at the Comedy Store. So they had it was six people. So
Mhm.
between a lot. He'd come out, he did like 10 minutes at the beginning, and then he always had like a joke in between each one.
He literally had one joke in between the two of them.
Yeah,
So I found it very odd. So his premise was guns in Georgia school systems. So he had to introduce the topic really quick, tell his joke, get off the stage.
Leaving people confused and probably a little angry.
That's fine.
Well, anytime you could feel like the room anytime they talked about race. It was just kind of like, I don't want to ruin any of Callan's bits, but I don't know if he was just trying to be controversial. But at one point, he just randomly brings up Hitler and how not everyone in Hitler's cabinet was probably agreeing with him. And I was like, where's this coming from?
Yeah. Uh-huh. Gosh.
It's just like, seems a little extreme, eh? I don't know why I turned Canadian, but no, it was a good time.
He had one Canadian spy on his cabinet. Oh, that sounds good, eh? Yeah, definitely going to Russia.
I would say we should definitely go back.
Yeah.
If there's someone good. It's very weird because it starts at 7. Tickets say to get there at 5:30.
Yeah.
So we got there at 5:45. It's a restaurant. They were expecting you to eat like an entire meal.
Before, yeah, that's funny. That's how they make their money because like the tickets aren't that expensive. Most of that money probably goes to Callan.
Right.
I think Segura's going on tour.
He is.
He probably does like the bigger. I can see him doing
yeah.
Trying to think of the place in Albany.
He might be the Egg there.
Maybe the Egg. Probably the one bigger, the Palace. I think it's called.
Should go.
Yeah,
I think. Have you guys been listening to Two Bears, One Cave since Bert's been on hiatus?
Some of them. I don't mind Godfrey, what he talks about. I can't stand his voice, so I can't listen to that one.
Mm-hmm.
And I
don't really care about Josh Potter.
Yeah, we hear a lot about Josh Potter. I know more about Josh Potter than I'd care to. No, I've been going heavier with the T-Fat-K, with Bert gone, and really enjoying the dynamic between the three of them is hilarious. Chappelle is such a funny human being. Like,
I'm really glad they kept Chappelle.
Yeah, me too. He works out. The three of them work out really well together.
The Friday episodes are getting weird because Callan's on the road, so they have that big guy that promotes steroids. I didn't like him at first, and then I accidentally listened to 45 minutes of the second episode he was on, just because it was next in the queue.
I didn't choose. It just happened to me.
Now it's like, okay, I'm okay with him.
Yeah, I don't mind.
It's just very odd to hear someone promote steroids.
It's the same thing as like when Callan was gone. I don't know. I like the dynamic.
Well, it's the same reason I don't listen to Schaub's other shows.
Right. Are you still on the King of the Sting?
No. So what happened was last summer, I went back and watched like 20 episodes.
Yeah.
Got all caught up, and then just didn't come back again.
Am I still on camera?
Nope.
You are frozen in time.
And it looks kind of funny.
The Joe screenshots are some of my favorites.
I didn't realize that you guys were using that screenshot of me as like a placeholder. And I kept thinking, I was like, is he posting old podcasts? Because I would like be on YouTube and you guys always come up like first on the YouTube is my recommended. And I'm in them. And they're new episodes. Like, what are they doing? Are these old? Clearly, it's just me.
We realized you're the moneymaker, so we also have to start like naming the episodes Joe's here versus Joe's not here.
Joe's back.
Joe's back, so Joe's mom's on it.
So I have to tell you, I'll tell you off air what happened. It was a whole debacle with the reason I couldn't go.
Figure there's more to it, but I know.
Yeah,
I trust you.
I'll explain off air. It mostly to do with Kay had family both from Japan and Saudi Arabia at the same time. So it kind of changed our whole week and weekend, and it's still kind of changing plans for us because one of her brothers came from Saudi as a surprise, like just showed up at her house, and he wore a wig, and Ryan had picked him up and brought him, her other brother, and Atlas goes out there and is like barking at him crazy, and like I know Matt well, I know what he looks like, but he was wearing that wig and he had a mask on, and I'm like, oh, don't worry about him, he's friendly. And he goes, oh, I'm so scared of dogs. I'm like, no, it's fine. And then I realized I was like, oh, like, an asshole. But he went to Texas for a week, and then he's coming back up here. So he'll be around for another week or so. We'll get him on the podcast.
Yes.
Get all of your medical questions together. He's a nurse in Saudi. Get all of your terrorist and medical questions put together.
Yeah, I have no access to nurses.
Okay, just your terrorist questions then. Ask him about oil, money, greed.
Does he just drive a Ferrari over there? I just assume they're handing out
Bugatti. Yeah, he befriended a prince. Actually, he befriended Prince. Prince didn't really die. He's just living in Saudi Arabia.
Oh, sorry, I'll take that back.
Point eastward. What have you guys been talking about?
We've been off the last week. Someone had a Father's Day event.
Yeah, so Marco was at my house for Father's Day, and he's like, "Yeah, it's Father's Day and my grandfather's birthday." And I'm like, "Why are you here?"
I like how he just admits it as an awful person.
Well, I guess I did something later, but it was just so funny. What are these? Where did you get these things?
They updated them.
The React.
Yeah, not on my thing.
Well, I think you're probably on the free download.
Aw.
Uh-oh.
Oh, hey.
Marco's broken Christmas light. Marco, do we got some nerd news since we've just critiqued other people's podcasts for 20 minutes?
Yeah, it's the podcast about podcasts.
Yeah, wait, we do have nerd news. Uh-oh, I accidentally opened up
What would
iTunes.
that be called? The
That's
Pod
not what I
Pod?
wanted.
Pod?
We put Marco on the spot. He's going to have to talk in this episode.
We call it the Pod Blast. So we blast other podcasts.
All right. Wait. Let me move this over here.
He's taking the reins. Hold on, everyone.
Oh, whoops. Nope, that's not what I want to move over here. Hold on.
You guys just want to talk about that first Rick and Morty episode? I haven't watched the second one yet.
Oh, yes.
You haven't seen the first one?
No, I came completely unprepared for this.
So, the first one they released on YouTube.
Marco, we can't talk about it. Joe hasn't seen it yet.
No, I just want to note that they released it on YouTube for free, which I didn't expect.
Yeah, the problem is I gotta get my robe on. I gotta get my slippies, get myself some nice green tea, a little bit of honey.
That child seems really taking up a lot of time. She's really needy.
If I'm gonna watch Rick and Morty, I gotta be as comfortable as possible.
Well, also she watches it with you, right?
She used to when she was a baby, but now she started picking up words too easily, and I'm concerned that that'll have a real detrimental impact on her development.
Awesome.
She'll be walking around the house. Damn it, Morty! Life is meaningless.
Why does she keep calling me Jerry?
My wife says hubba hubba a lot. She'll go like, oh, hubba hubba. And now my daughter has picked that up too. And like that was the first realization. Because I think I had my shirt off or something. My wife joked around and went, hubba hubba. And then Aurelia goes, hubba hubba. I'm like, oh no.
Which is funny because except for like sitcoms in the 80s.
No one says that. Yeah.
No one says it anymore. So that's why it's funny because obviously she's saying it as a joke.
We're bringing it back.
Right. Like he's being sarcastic. And Aurelia can't, she can't sense inflection for some reason. I keep trying, but it's not.
The most sarcastic child on the planet.
Yeah, you're such a good baby. Thanks, Dada.
Marco, you got a topic for us?
Okay,
or me and Joe
no, I was waiting for you guys to stop. I was being polite. God.
Don't make me jump in. I'll cut in line. Harrison Ford already got hurt a week into filming.
Hey, okay, fine. We'll just go straight to that as our news. Harrison Ford is taking a hiatus from filming Indiana Jones 5 after sustaining a shoulder injury on set.
Who saw that coming?
Not me.
Who saw a 72-year-old man hurting
78.
his shoulder doing action scenes?
78. And
All I want to know is, where's Shia LaBeouf?
He's the one that hurt his shoulder.
Oh, he did?
Just showed up on set, put him in an armbar.
What if it was him beating up Shia LaBeouf and hurting his arm? What if there is a really dramatic father-son spank scene where he has to punish and he pulled his arm spanking him on set in front of all his friends?
Oh my gosh. I would love that.
You guys again. I can't see you guys.
Is it because I'm sharing the screen?
It might be. I'll wait.
Okay. Well, anyhow, so they said it's not like a terrible injury, and it was for rehearsing an action scene.
Did you? How?
What?
Did you just say anyhow?
Yes.
I've never heard you say anyhow in my entire life.
Am I not supposed to say it?
Anywho. Well, anywho, guys. All right, keep telling me about Harrison Ford's shoulder.
No, he just suffered an injury to his shoulder while rehearsing a fight scene. So they weren't even filming it, the fight scene. They were rehearsing it. So God forbid what happens when he actually films it and goes all in.
I mean, isn't that what the rehearsal was for?
To practice for him to go all out.
Which part of the shoulder tore?
I don't think it tore. I think it just hurts. It doesn't say much. But it's not as bad as the injury he suffered while filming episode 7 when the door fell on his leg and broke his ankle.
It's so weird that he retired from acting.
He didn't retire.
Him?
Harrison Ford?
I thought he retired. Or he just stopped doing movies?
When did he stop doing movies?
After 6 days, 7 nights. Marco, pull up 6 days, 7 nights.
6 days, 7 nights?
Was that the one he's on an island?
Yes.
That was the first movie. It was on TV. And if you see the poster of it, that was the first time I was on TV, and I was like, why is she with him?
Oh my god, Boba Fett's in this.
This was the movie to about 3 weeks ago. I was trying to remember, Marco.
Yeah.
We were talking about, I just remember watching, I was like, oh, it's a good movie, but I just don't understand why she would be with him. I don't get it.
I think he was a pilot, I think. And she was actually trying to get to her squeeze, and they crash landed.
Right. And Heish.
Wow.
I haven't heard that in a while.
Wait, so he just plays himself again because he's always crashing planes in real life, too.
That's true.
David Schwimmer from Friends is in this? Gosh, what year is this?
This is 1998.
Late 90s.
Late 90s? You know how excited they were to have a member of Friends in this movie?
Do.
Guys, where's my girl? A plane crash.
Where's Rachel? I want Rachel. It's a different show, guy. I want to see Rachel.
We were on a break.
Marco, is this just your feed?
No, these are my Twitter bookmarks. I bookmarked these.
It actually works out really well.
Okay.
I don't want to compliment him too early in the show.
Yeah.
But we have
so, for the record, so just back to Indiana Jones real quick. So it's been pushed back for like 5 years now. They finally start filming it. A week later, he gets hurt.
And he falls apart.
What if he's just not in this movie?
So filming they're continuing filming without him.
Yeah, a lot of the landscape scenes.
He's barely in it. He has all the B-roll. They're getting all the B footage from a helicopter over the desert.
All right, we can move on if you like Marco.
What if Indiana Jones is super woke this time? What if he's teaching, instead of teaching history class, it's a women's studies class?
And in order to get around Harrison Ford's injury, they just turn Indiana Jones into a woman.
That's perfect. They recast him, or it's like some big deal because you know how in one of the movies all of his students were like fawning over him.
Yeah,
it's like him going through all the HR paperwork for having all these interactions with the students.
Indiana Jones 5 is where he gets fired for sleeping with his students, and he won't apologize for it.
And then they replace him.
Okay, I got Indiana Jones, Indiana versus the United States.
Wait, what? Oh, yeah. like
The court case. Yeah. Sorry, that was a thinker.
Yeah, we had to chew on that one a little bit.
That was a rare political joke from Brandon.
That was so out of context. We never expect the political jokes from you.
Come follow my political podcast called Judge Judy Reruns. Where we start with season 1 and recap every episode of Judge Judy.
You just do like an 8-hour podcast of Judge Judy's. You take all your favorite episodes that are DVR'd for the year.
It's a lot of me going, that's right, Judy, you tell him.
Marco,
he is a bad father.
Oh, so this is leaks from the Ewan McGregor, or from the Obi-Wan show, of them dressed up in their costumes. That's about it.
Are they in costumes or they are in like those
they tried
bags you do to cut weight?
Yeah, they look like they're running, like they escaped their barbershop.
I think they're trying to hide the costumes in this stuff.
Like they ran away with that barber apron on them.
But look, we have some people in Imperial uniforms, if it would load.
Didn't see that coming.
I think he's in his stormtrooper outfit.
That's the best they could do to cover it.
That is the least amount of effort I've seen to conceal something in my life.
You know what they could do? They could just put up a wall or a tent. These guys just don't care. They're like, we're not. It's hot out.
Reminds me of Grand Moff Tarkin from episode 4.
Oh, yeah, because all old white men look the same?
Yeah.
No.
That's true.
But yeah, it's nothing major. It's just like he's trying. He's like covering his chest up like this.
Well, because he's the main character. That's why.
Yeah. Do you think he's got the Jedi text in his hands too?
Jedi text, anime. Or do you think he's just really shocked right there, like, oh, bother. I have the vapors.
Think they'll bring Qui-Gon Jinn back?
So according to Liam Neeson, he said they haven't asked him, which he could just be trolling us.
I've been waiting by the phone for months, expecting a phone call, which I haven't received.
Because depending on who the actor is, they'll just spoil everything now. You ask them the right questions, they just don't care.
I think he proceeded to say Disney doesn't have enough money.
He did?
Yeah.
So before Daniel Craig got James Bond, I guess they either offered it to him or he was in the running, but he turned it down, took himself out of the running. Because his ex-wife said that she'd leave him if he did it.
Oh, really?
That's what he said, and then no follow-up. Like, why would she do that?
No, Liam Neeson's wife?
Ex-wife, she passed away.
Yeah, okay.
That's what I thought. But they
who made you the marriage expert, Michael?
They ended up going with Daniel Craig because of the movie Layer Cake. Have you guys seen that movie?
No, what's it about?
No.
It's a good movie. I think he's like a drug runner or a drug dealer or something.
All I wanted was it to be like an indie movie about him being a baker.
Him being a baker? That would have been hilarious. That's the movie I watched.
This is our James Bond.
Liam Neeson's doing a new action movie or something?
That was the other tagline from the interview I read. He goes, I don't know why they keep putting me in action movies.
Yeah.
He's like, it doesn't make sense.
Too. I want a sequel to Love Actually.
I want to say there was one.
If I can see you guys. I'll be right back.
You want us to hold?
Oh, no, he left.
As I say, we can't hold. It's a podcast.
No, we can't. Next bit of news. Luke Skywalker is set to appear in the Ahsoka Disney Plus show. So we're getting more Luke Skywalker.
Nice.
I wonder if they're going to get
Sebastian Stan.
Yeah, to play Luke Skywalker. Or if they're just going to do the face plant stuff. I don't know.
I don't see them continuously doing that in the show over and over again.
It's expensive, so.
In a TV show. Like, if it was a movie, I would understand.
That has got to be expensive for them to do.
I don't know. For this, it seems like they just did, like, that deep fake stuff. It wasn't even, like, a, true, like,
Yeah, but don't you got to get like a bunch of angles of him? It's like hours and hours of footage just to recreate his face.
If I had to guess, they've probably been doing that for years now. Plus, they already had the stuff from when they did it in episode 9.
Yeah, but you still got to pay people to do it. It's like
Yeah.
time and time.
But they probably are just using the footage that they did used so then they
What
could
do you
do it in
want?
episode 9.
What do you want? Young, boyish Luke Skywalker or more lasers, Marco? Because you can't
More
have
lasers.
both. Lasers.
I'm okay with the recasting myself.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah. Like, let's admit it. Mark Hamill wasn't that great as Luke Skywalker.
Oh gosh.
Oh, come on, Marco. He was.
He was good in episode 6 and episode 8.
Not episode 7.
He wasn't in it. He turned around.
Yeah, so turned around incredibly. Gusto.
I don't know if you guys remember the press for that movie. He talked as if he was in it the entire time.
Yeah.
And he's like, yeah, I've been training really hard. He's like, I'm really excited for the fans to see this version of Luke Skywalker.
I think they cut him out, though.
Oh, is that what happened?
I think he was in it more, and they cut him out.
He took the last croissant from the tray table, and J.J. Abrams said, not today.
You get the hell out of here.
I'm excited for the Ahsoka TV show.
Me too.
I'm just excited with the amount of content Disney Plus is bringing.
Joe doesn't have Disney Plus. He wouldn't know.
Not on there.
You're not on the Disney Plus?
No, I'll just steal it later. I mean,
He also doesn't have internet.
yeah, I live out in the woods.
I respect that.
Shadow puppets. I mean, I do Star Wars shadow puppets on a wall, lit by fire.
You just got a bunch of the action figures.
Cantina scene. What's that?
You just got a bunch of the action figures from the 70s that you tore open. Yeah. Those are collector's items.
Oh, we still have a bunch of those.
All right, why is Queen of Dragons?
Yeah. So she said that she has wrote pages of story ideas for her Star Wars character Kira from the Solo movie. And she said out of all the characters she would want to return to, this is the one she would like to revisit.
I thought she was great in it.
Yeah.
She wasn't bad, but the Solo movie kind of tanked.
Right.
I really like the movie.
I mean, it's a good movie, but since it lost so much money, it's going to take a lot.
Yeah.
Because people were upset about episode 8 for some reason.
I just feel bad because I feel like someone should tell her she's not a writer on this fake sequel.
I would love to see her little notebook where she wrote her ideas down in.
Could be bad. Could be good.
You know, the problem with the Solo movies, they really did a poor job casting the main character.
Chewie? What was wrong with Chewie?
Chewbacca. Didn't like his haircut.
I heard he went really method.
Chewie did?
Yeah, Chewie went really method for this one.
He lived only with Wookiees. What planet do Wookiees live on, Marco?
I don't know. I didn't mind whatever his name was as Han Solo.
I hated him. It was terrible.
Hey, but we had Donald Glover as Lando.
I know, it was great.
That's why I feel like that saved it.
Yeah, the supporting cast was great.
That's where they spent
all
their money.
And the next one just be Lando and Chewie?
What?
Is that?
And the next one just be Lando and Chewie? We just take the good parts?
That's kind of like when Scooby-Doo does those like offshoot episodes, and it's just like Scrappy and Fred, and they're like,
ruh-roh. They did them. It was like a straight to DVD movie. And this was like last year. It was Velma and Daphne in high school.
Yeah, of course.
And it was live action. I was like, you guys have taken everything from Scooby-Doo we loved and just destroyed it.
Ruined it.
Did you guys see this, the new Suicide Squad trailer?
No, I didn't.
Is this Suicide Squad 3 now?
No, this is still the second one. By James Gunn.
It's 2, but they're also doing a video game that looks so realistic, it looks like a movie.
Okay. Interesting.
Oh, yeah, they are doing a Suicide Squad video game. That's right.
What is the gameplay like?
I think it's just like one of those smash the buttons combat type games.
Yeah. Okay.
Like it's got a story and stuff. Like probably something like Assassin's Creed fighting combat.
That's not really a button masher.
Well, the new ones are.
I thought you meant like a Tekken style, or like Street File. Where
side by side.
No, it's not like that.
You know,
Finish him, Mr. J.
is Will Smith back?
No.
What happened to him?
He didn't want to work out for the role, I think.
Which is funny because now he's online, not being able to like deadlift a barbell.
He's doing a fitness challenge now, isn't he? To try to get back in shape.
That's what they're saying.
So he let himself just get way out of shape.
Yeah.
Yeah. There's a picture floating around of him. He took a selfie and he looked like Uncle Phil.
That's hilarious.
And he died
This was a couple years ago.
Cardiovascular disease.
Well, it's tough when you take a bunch of steroids to get in shape and then you cycle off of them.
Uncle Phil was on steroids?
Yes.
Oh, when he voiced Shredder in the Ninja Turtles. Okay.
Right. He's like, I'm going to train hard for this role. It's a voice role. I don't care. I'm training hard for it.
That's how we do it. All right, Marco. Sorry we can't talk about Suicide Squad. I didn't watch the trailer.
All right. Well, did you guys hear about this little bit of news? This guy who lost his fantasy football league and had to spend 24 hours in a Waffle House, but every waffle he ate took an hour off the clock.
I respect that.
That's a pretty good one. I like that happening in Brandon, Mississippi.
Yeah, so he ends up like blogging the entire thing on Twitter.
So so you're just gonna sit there. So it's like I could probably polish off 4 waffles to start, and then probably 4 more in a couple hours.
So he actually starts suffering badly eating the waffles.
And I guess the Waffle House, probably one of them in the league owned it, if I had to guess.
Right.
Well, let's see.
I could go for some waffles right now.
He was there for 1.5 hours and he ate 4 waffles.
That doesn't add up.
He said he had a lot of discomfort at this point.
Man, I think I could put away like 8 waffles easy. After that,
well, if you scroll back up to that waffle, those aren't thick waffles.
No. You eat so many of those.
I start getting sick after having 1 waffle. Like I start feeling sick.
In fact, I have a bunch of waffles right now, just to prove this guy wrong.
Mom, get the big pack of Eggos.
Are we going to do a waffle challenge?
Waffle.
As part of the podcast?
Well, you get sick after 1. Joe's already calling 6, so can we just say Joe won, I came in second, you lost? And save us a syrupy mess?
I never said we were doing a competition, just see how many we could stomach in an hour.
I would like to eat those waffles, though, so...
Well, the thing is, it's not like they made them go to Denny's. Those are legit-looking good waffles.
Yeah, right?
Oh, I'm so sorry you had to eat waffles.
Yeah, what a hard challenge to go through.
I'm sorry you had to eat waffles while a Miami condo building's in the ground.
Now, if it was like the movie 7, and he had to eat those waffles to death, I'd probably feel bad. He just had
What's in the syrup? What's in the syrup?
He ate 6 in 4 hours. Oh, wait, no. He waffle number 6. Yeah, he ate 6 in 4 hours.
All right.
But at one point he starts puking. Oh yeah, well, a quick little trip to the bushes outside, if you know what I'm saying.
That should add an hour back on.
Agreed. That should take away any of the waffles in that last section.
Reset the clock.
We also so if this happened 20 years ago, this would have been a punishment. Man, now I feel like I can just hang out, watch TV on my phone.
Right, yeah. Easy.
And just kind of hang out anywhere.
Yeah. Have some alone time. The Waffle House is like your new man cave.
Your office.
You know, Waffle Houses are like outfitted for hurricane. What's the word for it? When you have to like leave your home because of a hurricane?
Hurricane relief?
Vacation.
Yeah, they're like I don't know the word for it, but it's like you can go there. They're outfitted to hold a lot of people in like bad storms and weather emergencies because there's so many of them in the Midwest and down south. And they've got
that is true. You go down south on like a Sunday morning, you're not getting in. There's just wall-to-wall people.
Oh, yeah. They love them. They love those Waffle Houses.
Speaking of food truck, you guys go to the food truck yet this year?
Have not.
I haven't seen it. Where has it been?
So it's not next. It's next to the ambulance place now.
all the time?
I think so. Chicken's still not the same.
No. What we need around here is a Popeyes. You know that gas station chicken is pretty good. It's creating a lot of problems. I haven't been back, but it's creating a lot of problems with the gym because all the guys talk about when they should be training.
Who are the guys?
It's the reason why the fighters. The reason why that none of them are able to make weight.
Are they able to fight, or are they still on the?
So we fought in Albany last 2 weeks ago.
Was that the first one, or?
Yeah, so that was the first one back, and it was kind of like an exhibition bout where they didn't allow spectators, but they were, like accounts on their records, and they they just didn't do decisions. But one of our guys knocked somebody out. It was like a good kind of intro back into it, and I think the next fight we have is on the 24th.
Yes.
What's this? What are we watching? Is a guy pedaling?
This is Jameis Winston. He is a NFL quarterback, and people are making fun of the workouts he does.
It's pretty funny.
Yeah. Like this is like what all. So he's got this pedaling one. I don't know what the hell that is. He's like in a plank, shaking his arms.
What sport does he play?
He's a quarterback.
He looks. He's a core. Oh, okay.
I like this one, just staring into your soul.
Why is he posting this stuff? I don't mind if he does, because it probably is working some good like mobility and stability. Joint stability.
Well, he's an NFL quarterback, so it's just like everyone mocking him. It's just like he's more athletic.
Yeah.
Than 98% of the people making fun of him.
I think what he's doing is probably great. Yeah. He just shouldn't be posting it because it does look silly.
He's not posting it. It's like one of his friends.
Years ago for it. So he got picked on for this stuff a couple years ago. I think he likes the attention.
Oh, okay.
So I think he's doing it on purpose now because you're not seeing his real workouts that every NFL quarterback's doing.
Yeah, this is like in his backyard somewhere.
Right. Look at his shorts. He's not really even working out.
Yeah. This is like mobility stuff he's doing. It's probably in order to, be able to work out the way he does, he's got to do all this stuff for recovery. What the hell's going on here?
They're just ball protection drills.
They're just trying to get the ball taken away from them.
They use a lot of boxing equipment. They use the pads to smack you.
Yeah, what, is he getting attacked by an aerial heavy bag?
This is when people jump after him.
Yeah, but aren't they going for his legs, though? Why is they doing drills?
Quarterbacks are allowed to...
Sometimes they go high.
Go below the knees.
If they go high.
Quarterbacks can't get hit below the knees anymore.
So when you try and hit high, you're trying to go for the ball, too?
Yeah.
Right.
This is just normal quarterback stuff, to be honest. They're just doing it inside, so they have to, like...
Is he a good quarterback?
What's that?
So he threw 30 interceptions a couple years ago with 30 touchdowns. So
he led the league in touchdowns. It's the interceptions that is his only issue.
Just give me good or bad.
So he has the potential to be very good, but
that's not the question.
Last year he didn't get to play. He was back.
Good.
Right now, Marco. Not the question. Is he a good quarterback?
I would say
or
yes.
A bad quarterback. Okay, thank you.
That's not the question. Good.
So if he's a good quarterback, why are people giving him such a hard time? Clearly, he's doing this stuff for a reason, and it's working for him.
Good.
Well, I think his LASIK eye surgery helped more than anything.
Marco, bad.
Marco, was his LASIK eye surgery because his eyes were good or bad, or because they had a lot of potential? Bad. Okay. Can you get off of this video of him? It's so distracting.
Any other news, Marco?
No, not any more news.
Besides NFL quarterbacks work out?
No more like news. Now I can move you guys over to in front of me, so I don't have to keep cranking my neck to look at you guys.
Gosh, life is so tough. Conan O'Brien's done, huh?
Yeah, I think he's moving over to HBO.
He's doing a podcast over there, I think.
Here, I'll be back. Don't go anywhere.
What, to see us? Speaking of HBO Max, all Impractical Jokers content is on there now.
Yeah, but they don't have new episodes.
Not new ones, but all their other content's on there now.
Marco, do you have HBO?
Yes,
Max?
I do.
Is it a family account or do you
I believe it is a family account. I can check.
Isn't it crazy that he had a position that every comedian wants to have historically? He had the late night show spot. It wasn't the best spot, but like he had it. And now he's leaving that to go do podcasting. Like podcast has changed media so much that, he's probably taking a huge pay cut to go do that, I imagine.
I think it's going to be a pay cut initially, but he's going to own it.
Right.
Because he doesn't own any of the content from his late show. The issue with him, he went to TBS.
Yeah. He had a lot of free at TBS, though. They let him do pretty much what he wanted there.
Right.
Much more than BBC. It's pretty wild because he everyone forever was like, you can't make anything over 10 minutes, over 5 minutes. No one's going to listen to it. And it's like I think his new podcast could be a long form podcast.
Yeah.
Who, Conan's?
And I always listen to the clips of the Conan show when he has comedians on.
Yeah.
Because he's one of the few that really understands them. And they like going on his show because of it.
Yeah, yeah. And he's been doing these long sit down interviews. Like, did you see the Joel McHale one?
Yep.
It was a great, and it wasn't, too many bits in it. It was just a good interview. They were kind of joking back and forth, but
when Bert was on there, Bert's great. I know you guys don't care for Nikki Glaser, but I think she's funnier on Conan than her stand up. There
are a handful of people like Tom Segura for me. I feel like he's way funnier on the podcast than his stand up is.
Agreed.
Alan's the same way. Like Alan's so silly. Actually, haven't really pursued a lot of Callan's stand up because of that. Like I watched one special and it was okay, but I heard his most recent one is awesome.
The Complicated Apes.
Yeah, I heard that one was really good.
I enjoyed it. It's pretty much the podcast.
Yeah.
Is pretty much what it is.
That's the problem with Rogan, is that by the time you see his special, you've heard all of his takes on it. By the podcast.
I haven't listened to Rogan in a hot minute.
Yeah, Spotify makes it hard. The Spotify app is so infuriating. For anyone that's listening to us on Spotify,
we're sorry.
You have our respect, but it is a tough if you download it, it downloads the whole video, so it's huge file size.
Luckily, we don't have video.
And then
on Spotify, it's only on YouTube.
So what are we doing?
What are we here for, Mark?
I think Rogan's the only one that does video on Spotify.
Marco, please. Who's our agent?
Polo?
Polo. The polo shirt guy, is that our agent?
My dad could be our agent.
All right, moving on.
I forget how old Marco is sometimes.
Your dad is not a qualified media agent, Marco. We need CMA or who's another one?
Adam Brickell.
I know CMA. The Country Music Awards. They'll agent us.
Yeah.
CMAs.
Yeah, we could have Adam Brickell, but now he keeps going on about that trophy all the time.
Let's bring him on the.
He won a trophy.
Bring him on the podcast just to put him down about this trophy.
We've been talking about bringing him on the podcast for a while. I feel like it's easily done.
Can you get Stefan on here?
Yeah, no, we could get him on. He doesn't want to. He had some trouble. He had some trouble with the law some time back, and if he puts his face out, some people from his past will revisit him.
All right, let's get Lou, just so he can tell us that that's funny.
I'm pretty sure Lou straight up killed people before. He has the demeanor for it. That murderous look in his eyes. You've seen him stare at Stefan's chickens.
Let's bring Jody onto the podcast.
So now this has turned into just Marco listing people we all know, saying let's bring them on the podcast.
Bringing them on no particular reason.
Go get Mother.
I don't want to be rude, guys. We're at 52 minutes, and if we're just talking about people that could be on the podcast, I feel like we're at a natural.
Yeah, no, this is it. We're done.
This is a good stopping point. Yeah, way to go, Marco. You've killed the bit.
You've ruined the joke.
The joke happened about 50 minutes ago when Joe threw a bag over my head.
That was the highlight, I think, of the episode. We might have to do a little editing on the camera work there because
you did knock the camera over.
And then I couldn't find it because the eye holes of that thing were so small. I could only see like a little peep between each one, and I was able to finally get it and turn it around, but it was definitely not working. You're going to have to clip that one out.
Clip it out?
Yeah, for YouTube.
Oh, yeah, no. I usually clip up all the podcasts in about like 6-7 parts. Make it easier to watch.
All right.
All right.
So we'll talk more moving forward. You're working 8 to 4, but maybe we could do like I don't know,
a night,
late morning, late afternoon. We'll figure it out at night. Yeah.
Sounds good. All right. We've been Nerds in the Gym podcast. I'm Brandon.
That's Joe. I'm Marco.
Joe doesn't get to sign off.
Well, he just saluted himself like.
No, I saluted you two. The band, Bono, The Edge.
The guys.
The other guys as well.
All right, guys. I'll talk to you later.
Auf Wiedersehen.
Bye.
All right, goodbye.